Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump into charts for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum, after the ETF pulled back, Bitcoin yesterday bounced from 66,200 back to 68,200. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up button, turn on the bell. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going into technicals. Bitcoin 68,600, getting a bit of a bounce back here. My trade, unfortunately, the day before yesterday was set at 66,299, and we came down to 66,311. So I missed that entry, unfortunately. Let's go into the longer term time frame. On the weekly charts, big resistance. So each candlestick represents 1 week in the market. And you can see big resistance coming up on Bitcoin at 88K on the 4th to 5th final impulse wave. Stochastic is turning up, volume a little bit dropping off, but we still have 2 days left for the week to finish, which will be bigger than last week. Crypto GuruBot fired a blue buy February 2023. It's still a blue buy now, hasn't fired a red sell. Let's go closer on the daily. So we got rejected off the top of this resistance here on Bitcoin. Got big bounce of 56K and get rejected off here. That 56K though was a little bit of an outlier. Why? Because it was that point when Iran and Israel were going to go to war. So that 56 outlier, I would say, is not so, like, it was on that war news, so it'd be quite difficult. You can see something forming here on Bitcoin, symmetrical triangle starting to form. Potentially, this is a symmetrical triangle. They move with the trend, build pressure, and they break out 70% of the move. So we could have one more big pullback on Bitcoin, very possible, to this yellow trend line. But I think 59K will be just a very big support. So I've got a trade there to set. I'll set it. I had it set at 60K just to make sure I get in if it comes down. Let's keep it there, 60K. This is the main trade I would take, the safer trade, taking that final wave to 88K off 60K. Can also take one off 64K, but keep in mind it is more dangerous. These are the two trades I'll take. Opening Bitcoin trade, 60,000, stop loss 59,400. Oops. And take profit is 88K, risk toward 48 times, risking $613 to make $29,835 per Bitcoin with no leverage. Again, where else in the world can you risk $613 to try and make $29,835 with no leverage? With 10x leverage, that's $298,000 profit. And this safer trade I would take, 64,700, but we're very close to that, only $4,000 drop. Any bad news on Bitcoin can activate this trade. It almost activated, the 66,200 almost activated yesterday, but missed by $100. 64,116 and take profit 88K, risk toward 36 times, risking 650 to make 23,800, no leverage, 10x leverage, $238,000 profit. Those are the two trades I would take on Bitcoin, but just keep in mind it can easily do this. So actually that's probably, to be honest, that's the safer trade, to take it at take the 59K, because that rejection, it's very clear that it can easily pull back here. So I'll just keep that 60K trade. Actually, no, let's keep both of them just for that bounce. But that other trade, the riskier one, is purely to get that bounce. So if you want to trade like you're going to see me do, underneath the video, go down below. Sign up to Bybit. You get a $30,000 bonus using this link when you meet their trading requirements. 2, take the Crypto Masterclass to learn how to trade, get the bots. 3, join us in the Telegram. And over on Bybit, I've got these Bitcoin trades set. I've got one Bitcoin trade set at 60,250 for 10 Bitcoin. I've got Doge at 11 cents for Doge at 11 cents. Doge pumped also, by the way, yesterday for 1 million Doge, and I want to set. So I've got that 10 Bitcoin buy at 60,000, and I want to also set this buy at 64,700. Bitcoin 64,700. I'll open. Let's do 3 Bitcoin. 64,700. We'll open 3 Bitcoin. It will cost me 9,900. Yep, 64,700. But again, I'm just trying to purely catch that bounce. I've got Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin, 60,250, and I've got 1 million Doge. I've also got buy orders for. Actually, no, I cancelled my spot buys. I've got 626 in this count, 9.1 Bitcoin. This week it went from 615 to 636 to back to 626. I've got one Bitcoin in here, 68k, 237 cash, plus 100. So I've got around 50% in cash, around 300. Yesterday I made in spot, I made 5,600. Bitcoin, I've got one Bitcoin, 68,800. Uniswap went up 13%. Congratulations, anyone who bought Uniswap. This was yesterday. I tweeted on Twitter, Uni, 1 day later. I bought more Uni 1 day ago. You can see 1 day ago, bought more Uni. I bought $48,000. I added to my Uni position, total 48,000. And now that position is 51,000. So I'm 51,500. So that buy on Uniswap, perfect entry. And then 1 day later, Uniswap pumping. Congratulations, everyone. Uniswap MCRT, I've got 48,700. Doge 45,000, and I've also seed invested MCRT, so keep that in mind. I haven't sold any of my tokens. I'm just accumulating more, but you have to make your own decisions and do your own due diligence. These are my trades, and I'm a seed investor in a lot of crypto companies, so keep that in mind. You have to make your own decisions and consult your own brokers. Doge 45,000, up 2%, nice. World 36,000, down 2%. Pocket 36,000, down 4%. Pocket took a lot of hits. World, Doge. So now I'm going to see where I can set buy orders. So Bitcoin on spot, the safest place to buy. Time to buy spot Bitcoin, in my opinion, was down here at when I was buying at 15, 16K. That's when I was going heavy longs and heavy buying Bitcoin spot. Now, in my opinion, not the best time to buy Bitcoin spot. It can still run up more, but to catch spot, I would take it off this yellow trend line, 58,000. So I'm going to put some buy orders for just spot positions at 58,000 for Bitcoin. Let's buy 2 Bitcoin at 58,000. Confirm. So I've got 2 Bitcoin buy at 58,000. Nvidia was up 2%. Doge pumped and then pulled back a little bit, but you can see Doge is now breaking out. Oh no, it's back in this symmetrical triangle, this descending triangle. So you can see this bigger overall descending triangle on Doge building pressure. It tried to break out and came back in yesterday. If it gets rejected, it can come down to the bottom of this blue trend line, which would put it, there's two things that can happen. Doge can either break out early right now, which is possible with the market. It could break out early, but unlikely because you don't usually get a breakout that early. Or it can follow this rising triangle. You see this rising wedge or rising triangle, builds pressure and breaks down. And then we can get that another touch on the bottom, which makes sense, and then breaks out 70% of the move. So it does have a chance to retest that blue trend line at 11 cents. So just keep that in mind. And my trades show this. So over on derivatives, you can see I've got at 1 million Doge buy at 11 cents. And I'm also holding spot of Doge 45,000, etc. WorldCoin 36,000. Let's check out WorldCoin. 45. WorldCoin. White trend line. Let's make yellow trend line. Yellow trend lines are always the main trend line that currency is sitting on. You can see we have big support at $4.10 and $3.60. No real big bounce on World today, so I do expect could easily touch $4.10, possibly $3.60. I've got 36,000 World, so I can buy. Let's add another. If it gets down to $3.60, let's buy another $40,000. No, $30,000 worth at $20,000 worth at $3.60. So I'm going to buy $3.60. I'm going to buy $20,000 worth of World because that's the main trend line. You can see this yellow trend line, and I'm going to take the main trend line on everything because now the time to buy. I was buying World at $2 or less, $1 if you remember last year. So now to buy it, it's already at $4. We reached $12. I sold it somewhere up here. And we've come back down. So $3.60 is my buy target for World, and I'll purchase $3.60. I'll purchase 5,000 World, which is beautiful. That's my updates in the market. This account 625. Wild week from 620 to 615 to 635 to 630 to 619 back to 625. I've got no longs open right now. I've got 3 Bitcoin long at 64,700, 10 Bitcoin long 60,200, Doge 1 million at 11 cents. I think I should modify these down because we're close to the top. I don't want to be so aggressive close to the top. I want to be less aggressive close to the top, everyone. Or like towards the top, the bottom. And anyone that's saying, oh, this isn't the top, you have to remember, we were buying on these videos last year at 15k Bitcoin, 16k Bitcoin. So now it's 64, 70k Bitcoin. It is towards the top. You can kid yourself and pretend it's not. You can pretend that at 70k, 73k, we're not towards the top, but you're just joking with yourself and you're tricking yourself, and you're going to lose your money, because the bottom was 15, 16k when we were buying it on this channel last year. We were buying Bitcoin at 15, 16k. So just keep that in mind, that you need to be very defensive here. The time to go heavy long was at the beginning of last year, 2023, when we were buying Bitcoin at 16k. Now to go heavy long here, you got to be very cautious. Be very cautious going heavy long. Be very cautious in general. All the links, again, underneath the video. Bybit $30,000 bonus when you use that link. It's the main exchange that I use. And these are some comments from students. My portfolio just hit over $1 million today because of James with his experience and guidance. James is absolute truth, and taking his master course is a must. I made over 1 million in the past 5 months because of him. Bought your course a few months back, took some profits and bought a new Harley Davidson Road King. And you can just see, I bought your crypto master course. I just want to say you're a genius. The course is super worth it, inexpensive compared to knowledge you share. And if you're trying to think I'm trying to sell you courses just for my own gains, 625k in this account, I want you to take the courses before you join the Telegram. Right now there's 113 of you online, discussing, sharing plans, I'm running reaccumulation setup on Bitcoin. People sharing charts. This is just this morning. It's just 8 a.m. in the morning. Thank you for watching, everyone. That's my updates in the market. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, long weekend. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up button, turn on the bell, and comment down below anything you'd like me to analyze. Have an amazing day. Think only positive thoughts. Only think about what you want to have happen, and think positively about money. Love you. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.